Welcome to the coaching game. I'm Laurie Lawson, and look who's back. Beatriz Garcia. Hi Beatriz. We kind of left her hanging last time. She was telling us so much, and then at the end we go, oh yeah, we need to talk about Primal Dance. So come back. And she did, bless her heart. So welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
She's been jetting around all over the place, but that's okay. We caught her in New York City, so this is good. Beatriz, what we did at our last show, or your last show, was talk a little bit about somatic coaching from an ontological point of view, and so maybe we want to save some time for Primal Dance, because I know your heart is there, and my heart wanted to be there. It was like, I want to hear about this too. So maybe just tell us a little bit about the somatic coaching that you're doing, somatic coaching that you're doing, and then we'll get into how Primal Dance kind of enhances all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, the somatic, it's just one of the parts, one of the three domains that we teach in the school that I'm working with right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in this model, Belle Model we call, Belle for body, E for emotions, and L for language.
Okay.
And those three things are always interacting to each other and impacting each other. But when we teach the somatic part, somatic means body. It's just we take away that part in order to go deeper, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't impact the other two. So we are just taking away the body, or whatever is around the body, the posture, gestures, intention, dispositions, and understanding that our emotions live in the body. So whatever we are feeling is also in the body, and the body is always in the present. So with that perspective, is that what we do, that just the somatic, but it's always in relation with the other two domains.
That's interesting that you say the body is always in the presence, because your emotions aren't necessarily, nor is your language. But I'm trying to think of a time when the body isn't in the present, but I think you're right. It's always in the present, yeah, which is pretty fascinating.
But you know, emotions are also in the present. What is not in the present is the memory of the emotion. But we are not feeling something. You don't have the sensation, the real sensation of something that happened yesterday. But you have the memory.
Yeah.
And because you have the memory, you can recollect and bring back to your body that sensation, but it's going to come with different intensity, and sometimes with a different perspective, because you already think about it, or you already saw.
And it's changed, yeah. Maybe you've changed it a little bit,
but
yeah.
When we are, for example, when we are watching a movie, if you are in front of the screen and something happened that you feel afraid, you maybe do this, and it's just a screen. The body doesn't recognize that it's
That's a good point, yes.
So you're like, why do you get that emotion?
Relax.
If it's not you, relax. It's the actor that is there. So bodies constantly, whatever we are, the thing is how to be aware of what we are feeling, how to be aware of what is the sensation and the pain or the different blockage, because we have different blockages in different parts of our body, but we need to go deeper and observing ourselves and see what is there in the different parts of our body, in the different bones, different organs. It's something that we can learn how to do, but it requires just practice and understanding.
Is the goal to unblock? Not necessarily, right?
It's not. It depends.
It could be.
It depends.
It could be,
It could be. It's your choice. It depends. It's because the idea is that how to be aware of my body. And understanding that with my body I act, right? I do the things with my body.
Right.
I don't do the things with my thoughts or with my words.
No, your thoughts, come out,
So my words are declarations of actions that I will do or I will stop. But the one that is going to execute is the body.
See, this is why we didn't get into Primal Dance, because I find this so fascinating. Okay, so if you have an uncontrollable tic, then your body leads. But normally, your emotions and your thoughts will dictate to your body. Is that?
Yeah, but the something, if you have a tic that is
I'm
that
thinking
you
restless
cannot,
leg
yeah.
syndrome. That's so popular now.
But when you have that, is a different thing, because
Different
then
thing.
you don't have a choice. When it's something that it's already it's a malfunction of your different parts of your, it's a different thing.
That's
That
a
is not
whole.
I want to choose not to move, but I'm moving. It's not like that. Or
Okay.
people that is having this Parkinson. This is
Right, something
different.
like that.
It's a
Yeah.
different. It's a different domain. It's like this is if you are healthy and if you are aware, you can choose, and how you choose depending of the awareness that you have. Because it's that if you know that you have certain blockage for affection, for giving or for receiving, if you are not aware of your blockage, you cannot choose.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
But
So.
if you start of being aware of something is going on and what's the reason and the cause of that, and then you
Yeah.
can start working and unblock your body. There is one phrase that I really like, that it says that whatever is not going through your body is not going. Because sometimes we set something in our thought, and the way we say the things and the declarations, we suppose we will do something. But at the end of the day, we do nothing. So if the action didn't take place with my complete self, declaration is not enough. It's not just what I said. It's what I said and what is my commitment and how I will execute what I said. The moment I execute and it goes through the body, then that declaration went by.
Okay, so are all three elements essential in order to have a complete action and a wholeness?
Yeah.
Body, a language, and emotion. So, and if one is, no, the body's got to be the final determiner, right? Of the
the thing that you will do.
The execution,
yeah,
yes.
The execution, either you walk or you do or you move. But
yeah.
But sometimes what I have find out is that many people say, yes, I know this. I know that I have to do this, and it's enough. And then 2 years after, they keep saying, I know this. But I didn't put any action. So knowing and doing, it's a very
totally
different thing.
Totally different, yeah.
It's like I have information, or I have, I'm really having the information to do something, and I'm really using to do something, or it's just data that it's in my mind and is useful for me. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing any action. So what we do in this different places that I'm working with somatics. I'm specialized in more in somatics. It's how to teach to understand what is the coherence that I have depending of those three domains. What is the different dispositions that I have with my body? How can I move? How can I move in the world according to what I think is possible for me, or what is not possible for me? What I'm able to learn. How are the different declarations and different way of talking and thinking that I am? What is the observer that I am? How I see the world depending on my beliefs and my behavior and the things that I believe since I was 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, because I grew up with those beliefs and I will act according to those beliefs.
Okay.
And it's not the same when you have a different religious belief or a cultural belief or a family belief. It's different. So we are the same human beings, but we have certain differences depending on what we believe and what are the emotions that are available for me, because there are cultures that really don't like certain emotions, that you cannot be sad or you should not be upset, but you have to behave and you have to smile all the time. You have to
No
be politically
aggression.
correct.
Yeah.
So those kind of things that we learn are also blocking certain emotions sometimes. That at least in Mexico, I know that, I don't know now, but when I grew up, men cannot cry. It was very important. It was like if you were a man, you cannot cry.
Never, yeah.
So if you are sad, sorry, you cannot cry. And really, guys learn how to grow up without
crying, yeah.
And now that I grow up, it's like, but if you are sad and you feel like crying, why not?
Right.
So how to observe those different domains, those three domains, and co-create a different coherence and different way of being. And it's what we teach in in the ontological coaching school that I'm working with.
Well, one of the cards that you chose was choice.
Yes.
And I think what I hear you saying, and it's really fascinating because all this goes on at all times, so we're just either aware of it or we're not. That's another card you chose. But choice, the more that you're aware of how these are your feelings, but you have a choice. These are your emotions, but you have a choice. This is your body, but you have a choice. It really broadens what you can do, and I would think gives you a fuller and richer life. And you could also choose not to feel that. You know, if you have an irrational anger at, I have an irrational. And I had to work to get over it. Have an irrational dislike of a British accent. Now, everybody loves a British accent. For me, it's like what I said, okay, in another life, something happened. But I kept saying, this is stupid. You have got to, there's no reason for this. And now I find that I'm not as crazy as I used to be about it. So you can actually choose, as long as you're aware that, you know, this is not in a box and mandated. You are the master of your domain, so to speak.
I'm not sure if you can choose what you feel, because emotions will come no matter what to you if it's available.
How you react to them, yes, you're right.
But how you relate with the emotion that is coming to you.
Good point, yeah. How you're going to react to it.
I cannot say, okay, I'm very disappointed, but I will smile. It's not like that, because we don't have time to choose in the moment that something is happening, like, just like that, and you feel something. But we can train ourselves on how I relate with this. I'm very upset with some people in my life, and I'm trying to see, okay, it's not that I will avoid my anger and I will not avoid my emotion and when I'm feeling, because when I'm feeling anger, I feel a big pain in my stomach, and it's something that I will say, okay, I'm not having pain, you know. It's not like that. But how am I gonna have a relationship with that people? What kind of conversations I will co-create with that people, or when I'm gonna stop talking with that people about the things. I mean, if I know that every time I talk with this person about this, I get, even if I'm like very patient and I speak so
keep
slow,
smiling. Yes.
I know that my body, I'm registering the same uncomfort that I experience when I'm shouting. It's not changing. But what is changing is how I will accept this, or how I will put a limit, or how I'm gonna go away. And Primal Dance has a lot to see with what we are talking
And let's get into it, because we're going to do the same thing again, and we'll be the end of the show. Next time we're going to talk about Primal Dance, but we're going to do it this time. So tell me about what the heck is Primal Dance? I'm thinking of Native Americans dancing in a circle around a fire. That's not it.
But it's fun also.
That sounds like fun, though.
Primal Dance is like the somatic, the part of the body of these interactions, primal interactions model that was developed by Daniel Taropio, and that we talk a little bit in the previous show, but I will tell you more. And it's Primal Dance comes from transpersonal psychology. It's in another domain, no? And this Primal Dance, it works in four areas that are psychology, emotional, mental, and affective. And how it works, it's very interesting, and it has to be with this choice also. And
again, with the choice,
because through this psychological domain, it's how to understand what is the basic, and what is my root, and what is my what are the genes, what are the things that I have in my whole self, in my soul, in my whole being. And when we work in Primal Dance with this emotional domain, it helps us to unblockage what I was just telling you, how to unblock the problems that I have for expression, because Primal Dance works in the with seven capacities of the fully alive people.
That's the chakras, right?
That's those seven chakras. In those seven chakras, in the main chakras in our body, those different seven capacities are just there. So to tell you more about that, like the first chakra, we work with the capacity of trust. The first trust that I have when I'm in this world to dad and mom. And then the second chakra, we work with the capacity for joy and pleasure, to enjoy everything that exists. How to learn to unblockage that. Through Primal Dance, we can do that.
Wow.
The third capacity and the third chakra is the capacity for sensibility and personal power. The fourth capacity and fourth chakra is the capacity of affection. The fifth one is the creative intelligence. The sixth, the capacity for intuition, and the seventh, the capacity from transcendence. So with this primal dance, one of the things that we do also is that in this domain, let's say psychology and emotional, in the affective domain, it's how to learn to exchange attention, how to learn to communicate, how to be warm, how to give and receive. And the fourth domain, the mental domain, is how to it help us to really use our creativity and intelligence to really be aware of what is possible for me. So primal dance, it's not a choreographic dance. It's not something that if we are in the room, because we can work primal dance with one person, but it's more recommended when we do it in a group, because all the energy that is awakening in that space. One of the things that primal dance does is not that you will learn how to move in 1, 2, 3 steps. It's you will be aware and recognize what is available for you. What is your primal nature? What is there that is blocked? What is there that is open? Are you really trusting? Are you really enjoying life? Are you really using your sensibility and your personal power everywhere with everyone? Are you giving as much as you can give and receiving everything that is there for you? Are you being intelligent and creative? Are you using your intuition to see beyond of what you can see? Are you really aware of you can do something in this world? Because sometimes we pretend that if I'm not a CEO, I'm no one in this world, you know? And everybody, we are someone. Everybody is someone. Everybody has a body. Everybody is walking. Everybody is someone. And it's, what is the footprints? What are those footprints that I can give? What are those words that I can give to this world? How can I change this space that I'm living in? How can I be aware of that?
So the dance is it a specific dance? Is it a specific movement, or is it an awareness of the movements that you already have? What do you all get together and dance, or how does that work?
We have a different ways of exploring the primal dance, but when we do like one group and just one set of music, there are several sets that are the set of music is already done, and it's by Danielle and different other teachers in the school, but it has a different the wave of the music and it's putting together. You cannot put like I will use this song for this one and this song for this one, because every single capacity has a different way of different beat and different music that is awakening that power and that capacity. So what we do is
Are you saying each chakra has its own music?
We don't say each chakra. Because
each segment,
the capacities live in the chakras.
Right. Okay.
So each capacity of trust, that we are really provoking that you defend your space. It's not that you will fight against anyone, but it's how you put limits and how you really are in that space, knowing that everything that is there is also belonging to you. So that music is more tribal or primal. It's a lot of you can use we use a lot of African music in this one.
The beats are marvelous. Yeah.
And then the sound. So at the beginning, during the explanation of what is the experience that we will go through, that we explain a little bit, we have certain recommendations of movement and also to be aware of the sounds that can come out of the body of each one. Not everybody will do the same sound or the same movement, but also it's a free movement. Once we start and you are doing something different of what I recommend, I cannot stop you and say, hello.
Wrong.
You are wrong. You know, your movement is not the movement that we told you. Please start again. It's not like that, because also share your own flowing, and you already know, and explore yourself, and let's see what happened at the end. One of the things that it's very nice that that through Primal Dance, it's we learn how to come in and out of each capacity and each emotion. Even if you are very committed to, you are just there exploring this capacity of trust, and then when the music is over, you take a deep breath and you get ready for the second. You cannot get engaged, stay engaged during all the dance just in what you like. It's how to learn to explore, fully exploration. Get as deep as possible.
So music and movement helps you do that.
Yes.
That makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, and it makes me wonder, why isn't everybody doing that? I don't know.
It's very, every dance is different. I have been teaching this. I mean, facilitating. It's not that I'm teaching. I'm more facilitating, because I'm not teaching how to be a primal dance facilitator. I'm just facilitating process, and it's super interesting. Depending on the culture, I have seen very different energy in different capacities. If I'm in Singapore, if I'm in India, if I'm in Argentina, in Mexico, different places, different cultures, different way of expression. There are countries that the first capacity is super easy, and there are countries that the full capacity it takes time, and the full capacity is capacity of affection. So how we are involving, giving, and understanding that we are able to receive, it also depends in the culture. It's what I have seen is that for me to be the witness of what is going on there, because it's a self-exploration and self-expression. And when we do just this set that I told you, because sometimes we have longer workshops, and we are not going to go with the eyes closed in longer
no.
workshops. But during the set, if it's just one set, we do it with the eyes closed. So they cannot see what is going on in the other
and not
person.
copy one. So this is truly your own.
It's an inner meditation and movement.
That's amazing.
Complete. It's like, and the thing is that because at the beginning, before dancing, we start with a meditation, just to bring the body, the mind, the language, to switch off the mind. Just dispose yourself and prepare yourself for the experience that you just will go through immediately after. And it's very nice that how this holotropic, expanding sense of unity, sense of everything, it's like the body is there. The body is the one that is moving, but with all this, with this music that is provoking something, and these movements, and the music is very loud. You can go so deep, and it's not if you want, because this is in a molecular. It works in your cells. It was in your molecules. It is working something very deep. So you can go to different places. You will report after. After you will see what was your experience.
It's all individualized, I would assume. It has to be, because you're going within yourself. But it sounds like primal dance is like a universal language. We all speak it, and maybe not the same, but we all have that same reaction to different things.
Yeah, I like that, what you say, that is like a
universal language.
It's not, primal dance is not right now is as a technique or methodology or dancing or way of going through somatic. It's not all over the world, but it's a universal, because it connects us with our primal nature, and all of us, the human beings, we have that. And it's how to recognize that there are so many conversations right now in the world that how we feel the things that we feel, and we keep talking that I don't like this, I don't like that, and we get together with friends to talk about the things that we don't like. And we are doing a lot of declarations and just going inside of this spiral dynamic, but it's not going up. It's not that the spiral dynamic that takes us
not
up.
anymore. It seems to be,
down, and then we finish the meeting with our friends, and instead of being with energy, we're like so depressed, and it's like, oh my God, I need vacation for this,
Exactly.
So how to go to the primal nature of being aware that we have all these 7 capacities, and we can be fully alive We can be fully happy as anyone, and provoke those kind of conversations that really start in the companies that we work, the partners that we have, whoever any relationship that we are living, how to really trust, enjoy, be sensible, give as much as possible, receive everything, be creative, intelligent, see beyond, and transcend. If we have those 7 things, of course it's a universal language, because it's a way that we, as I said, it's like how to be aware.
We all have the capacities, We may not use them, but we have them, So what you're doing is enhancing and just making us aware, which is the awareness card that you chose. It's like, okay, I'm aware, I have this, and how deep can I go? It could be an adventure. So I know you fly all around the world constantly and facilitate. You don't want to say you teach, but you facilitate. Is this something that people, do you have, is there a website where they could find you, or Facebook is on the bottom of the page there?
Yeah.
If somebody was interested in pursuing this, are there online courses or
online courses right now? There are no.
Anybody thinking about it? No.
We have done webinars, and we have conversations and explanations, and of course I would love if anyone would like to talk or have my WhatsApp, they can write me in the Facebook.
There you go,
and through you, if they need my WhatsApp,
okay, sure,
totally
absolutely.
Email. I love that. But to explore the Primal Dance, I did it once long time ago by Skype with one of my clients. It was okay, but it's not the same if we are in the same room, because I cannot feel exactly what is going on in the energy in that person. I see. I was observing. But it's very different when we are next to each other and feel also the connection.
The shared energy, yeah.
So I do recommend it that there are many places in the world that people is facilitating this. It's in Europe, and they are in. I'm in Asia right now. I'm in Singapore, in India. In the States, there are people that are coming, also start coming. In South America, everywhere.
Really?
So everywhere.
Oh, that's good to know.
So if there is like someone is interested, we can co-create a workshop. We can do something. It's one of these things that I always say that it's at least once in your life. I would like that next time that I come to New York, maybe not in the program, but we get together, so you go through and you know more.
I would love that. I
really
would love that.
To share this with you. A facility. Even if it's just you or you, a group of friends, I give the.
It's on air. I'm taking her up on it. Well, it sounds like Beatriz is open, just like all the capacities that we're going to try to do. This was fascinating. I'm so glad we got to talk about it. And again, I still want to know more, so you have to come back. The next time you're in, we'll talk even more. But this was fascinating. Thank you so much. Beatriz Garcia, you can catch her at Facebook on the bottom. And if you want more, contact me. Mine's on the bottom, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much.